Sorry guys, phone died on me. I'll try to see if I can fuse these two videos somehow. But yeah, we're definitely running out of propane. But I've got this sheet hot enough to do the heat treat. Um, you didn't see. I don't know if you saw me run out for the quench, but after you get back, you get to sand all the crap off of there. Yeah, you can definitely tell there's a little bit of a curl there that I didn't get out, but for me to teach y'all how to do this, and you're gonna get that bar hot and lay it on there, and you'll start to see kind of a color start to spread across the blade. And yeah, I hung the tip over for a reason. Let's angle this just slightly, because right now this blade is so brittle. If I tap it very hard, it'll shatter. So, or drop it or something like that. So you got to reheat it just a little bit to pull some of that out. And how you can tell you've done it is you'll get this kind of a gold straw looking color. But if it turns purple, you've ruined the temper. So just got to let it sit on there long enough to pull the color out. Because trust me, that plate underneath is kind of burning my fingers from here. Not bad, but it's definitely warm. It's like cooking over a hot stove, kind of warm. You know, the other option is to take this and go throw it in the oven for about an hour at 400 degrees, and after it gets to after an hour, you turn it off, let it cool back down, turn it back on for another hour at 400 degrees or 450, twice, then let that cool back down, and then you can work with it. But this is the quicker way. See how you can kind of start to see like a yellowy color there? Well, that's what you're after, but you want that all over the place. Tilt that up just a little because that part right there is still a little on the thin side. I haven't ground the bevel in yet. That bevel was there from when it was a lawnmower blade. So, but yeah, because I knew we were running out of propane. I mean, that thing's nowhere near as hot as it was, and it's not even spurting fire anymore. It's just kind of like, It's enough to keep the shop kind of warm. I will say that, which helps a little because it is kind of cold tonight. It's supposed to get down to the 20s from what they said. I'm kind of glad tomorrow's Sunday and the kids don't have school. They'd be looking at me like, really, Dad? Gonna send us out in this crap? What the hell you thinking? They wouldn't say it, but they'd damn sure think it. I got news for you. I don't know. My son might say it. Ever so often, well, yeah, his sister's known to pop off with a good cuss word from time to time, and I'm looking at her like, really, we're cussing now? She just looks at me like, you do, and I was like, yeah, but Dad needs to quit. I'll have one pop out before I realize it. Okay, yeah, handle's nice and toasty too. But you can see what I'm talking about, that kind of off gold color. That's when you know you're getting a decent temper. Now that that area is kind of cooling down, I'll bring the tip over it. Still kind of holding it up just a little bit off the middle. Because I'm just trying to let that gold color seep through a bit. Then after that, it's clean up, edge bevels, then start on the handle. A lot of this stuff really doesn't take all that long. Like if you've ever watched the show that is no longer on the air, something to do with forging or fire and forging. Yeah, you can take it in whichever order you want, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it kind of annoys me they're not on the air anymore, but what takes them so long is the fact that they're starting off with something that's nowhere near flat, and they're literally having to forge it from a canister or a steel ball or Lord knows what into a blade shape, and that's if they're not having to combine 2 to 3 different types